Just hearing those words sends nostalgia crashing over any classic TV fan. They conjure images of two-spirited, glove-stuffing Milwaukee bottle cappers skipping down the street, representing everything joyful and chaotic about 1970s sitcom culture. But if you think the story of Laverne and Shirley was all laughter and milk and Pepsi, you have only seen what the cameras allowed. Behind the scenes of this legendary Happy Days spin-off lies hidden drama, toxic backstage rivalries, network sanitizations, a blacklist shadow, and a lawsuit that blew the show apart. Welcome to Sitcom Secrets, where every rewatch reveals something new. Let us get into it. Fact number 10, the re-virginization of the girls. Many fans assume Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney were always designed as the wholesome, clean-cut working-class heroines audiences loved. Their debut tells a very different story. In the 1970 Five Happy Days episode A Date with Fonzie, the duo appeared as two fast women from the wrong side of the tracks, brought in by the Fonz as easy dates for Richie Cunningham. When creator Gary Marshall pitched their spin-off, BC executives balked entirely, insisting the girls were too rough to anchor a family sitcom. Marshall was forced to put them through what writers called a re-virginization process. Dialogue was scrubbed, attitudes softened, and they were reinvented as naive dreamers punching time cards at Shots Brewery. One of television's most beloved female friendships was born from two pick-ups who needed network sanitization just to make it to air. Fact number 9, the Broadway pedigree of the Big Ragu. You might assume Eddie Mecca, who played Carmen Ragusa, was simply a capable TV performer. In reality, Mecca was already an accomplished Broadway star before joining the cast. He had earned a prestigious 1975 Tony Award nomination for Best Actor in a Musical for his lead performance in the rock opera The Lieutenant. The writers wisely leaned into his talent, crafting Carmen as a struggling singer desperately chasing Broadway stardom. There is a delicious irony in watching Carmen chase a break that always eludes him, when in reality the man playing him had already stood at theatre's most coveted awards ceremony. This brilliant casting gave the series a genuine artistic heart that few other sitcoms of the era could match. Fact number 8, the Burbank soft reboot. Many remember the relocation to California in season 6 as a natural change. In reality, it was a last-ditch effort to save the series. By the end of season 5, ratings had fallen from number 1 to 42nd. Panicking, producers scrapped the Milwaukee premise entirely, relocated the characters to Burbank, updated the timeline to the mid-1960s, and placed them in an apartment that was a redressed version of the set from The Odd Couple. The desperate gamble demonstrated that, while you can overhaul the scenery and the era, recapturing the ratings magic of the original Milwaukee years proved nearly impossible. Fact number 7, the truth behind Milk and Pepsi. Laverne's signature drink, milk mixed with Pepsi, was not a writing room invention. It was a real habit Penny Marshall enjoyed since childhood. As a girl, she attended a kosher camp where dairy and meat could not mix, and at home her mother would pour Pepsi directly into a glass that still held leftover milk to avoid washing an extra dish. Marshall brought this personal quirk to her character, and it worked brilliantly. A strange real-life habit became one of the most recognizable character traits in 1970s television, proving that the sharpest comedic details are mined from the bizarre corners of real life. Fact number 6, the Yiddish schoolyard chant. We have all heard the opening chant, Shamiel, Skleimazel, Hazenpfeffer Incorporated, and assumed it was crafted by Hollywood writers. But those words were never in the script. The chant was a Bronx jump, rope rhyme Penny Marshall sang walking to school. During pilot rehearsals, creator Gary Marshall felt the opening looked mechanical and needed a spontaneous hook. He asked Penny what she did as a kid, and she demonstrated the playground chant on the spot. Gary loved it and ordered the cameras to roll, creating a legendary opening. A Shlumiel spills soup, a Sklemazol is the one it lands on. Before we reveal the shocking college origins of Milwaukee's most beloved neighbors, take a second to hit that subscribe button. If you love uncovering the hidden stories behind the greatest classic TV shows ever made, this community is exactly where you belong. Now, back to the countdown. Fact number 5, the unscripted birth of Boo Boo Kitty. Many viewers assume Shirley's beloved stuffed cat, Boo Boo Kitty, was a deliberate prop decision, perhaps a cynical attempt to sell merchandise. The truth is far more accidental. During rehearsal, Cindy Williams, who previously starred in American Graffiti, completely forgot her lines. Instead of stopping, she grabbed a random stuffed cat and blurted out an improvised line. The writers kept it in the script. A moment of panic created one of the show's most beloved props. Fact number 4, the college origin of Lenny and Squiggy. Many assume Lenny and Squiggy were created by the writing room. In truth, Michael McKean and David Lander performed these characters for years before the show. They first developed the Greaser duo in the mid-1960s as drama students at Carnegie Mellon University, performing comedy routines for classmates. After moving to Los Angeles, they were hired as apprentice writers and boldly pitched their established act, writing themselves into the cast. Lander changed his character's name from Anthony Squigliano to Squiggy. Their pre-existing chemistry was something no writers could replicate. Fact number 3, the on-set screaming matches. Many fans believe the unbreakable bond between Laverne and Shirley reflected a warm atmosphere behind the cameras. The reality was almost exactly the opposite. The immense pressure of sustaining a number one series created a bitter rivalry between Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams over lines, screen time, and creative control. Williams believed creator Gary Marshall's family relationship with Penny led to consistent favoritism. Arguments escalated into full-blown screaming matches with objects reportedly thrown across the set. Gary Marshall was compelled to ban his own children from visiting the production. Cast members filming Happy Days Next Door recalled hearing the shouting through the shared walls. The two women who embodied the perfect television friendship were in private, barely speaking. Fact number 2, the Hollywood blacklist shadow of Betty Garrett. Betty Garrett played Edna Babish, the sharp-tongued landlady who anchored the girls. But she carried a heavy secret. In the 1950s Red Scare, her husband, Larry Parks, was forced to name colleagues to the House Un-American Activities Committee. Despite his cooperation, Parks was blacklisted, and Garrett's thriving film career, which had included starring roles in GM musicals alongside Gene Kelly, was destroyed by association. She rebuilt her career through TV work, eventually joining the sitcom. Her success stands as a testament to resilience. Fact number 1, the pregnancy lawsuit and abrupt departure. Most fans assume the series ended naturally. In reality, the show was violently blown apart by a hostile legal battle. In 1982, before filming the 8th season, Cindy Williams discovered she was pregnant. She requested that production accommodate her pregnancy. Paramount refused, demanding she work on her due date. When Williams walked off after filming only 2 episodes in protest, the studio moved to enforce harsh contractual penalties. Williams filed a landmark $20 million lawsuit against Paramount, settled out of court. The show continued without Shirley, but ratings collapsed, leading to cancellation in 1983. The sitcom ended in a bitter legal battle. Despite the toxic rivalries, the near cancellation, and the devastating legal battle that ended it, Laverne and Shirley remains a cornerstone of American television history. At a time when female-led prime-time comedies were a genuine rarity, the show proved 2 women could carry a series to the summit of the ratings chart and hold it there for years. The legacy of Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams is one of extraordinary talent, resilience, and a comedic chemistry so rare that even years of bitter off-screen conflict could never fully extinguish what burned between them on screen. Which of these secrets surprised you most? Did you know about Betty Garrett's blacklist struggle, or were you floored by the real story behind Milk and Pepsi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe to Sitcom Secrets for more deep dives into classic television, and share this with a fellow fan. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.